we've talked about the durability of the power of attorney. So when I sit down with my clients and we do powers of attorney, oftentimes we do a will and a trust with it. But what I talk to them about is probate avoidance. And from that standpoint, there's two parts of probate avoidance. Oftentimes people think a trust, that's how you avoid probate, but it's not just upon your death. You also want to avoid probate during your lifetime. And that's where these powers of attorney come into effect. Because if you don't have a power of attorney, then you're going to the probate court for the guardianship and the conservatorship. Why is that problematic, you ask? Well, it's problematic because you're going to probate court. And I don't know if any of you have experience with the probate court, but what happens is that you need to get in front of a judge and show that there's a need for this document. And you might have siblings fighting over who's in charge. And if that's the case, then it's going to take a lot more time and the maybe hard feelings that linger on. Whereas if you have power of attorney, you're naming who you want to be in that role. And so that's who would step in, and you're not going to probate court for that. And one thing you're avoiding also by avoiding probate is you don't need to do the annual reporting requirements. And if any of you had experience with conservatorship, you need to provide an annual accounting to the probate court. Literally what's come in, what's gone out, and pretty much it's got to be to the penny. And I've seen people just all upset spending all these hours because they're off by $3. And sometimes the courts are upset about that $3. Sometimes they let it pass, but if they're upset about that $3, you're trying to find out what happened here. And with the guardianship, that's the guardianship's where you do the day-to-day caretaking, the medical decisions, and they want an annual report. How's mom or dad doing? So you're reporting every single year. So the powers of attorney avoid that. You do not have to go to probate court for those items. So you're avoiding the time, the publicity, and the annual reporting by having these documents.